You, working a regular job, pay your taxes every 2 weeks, and keep getting your housing offers rejected? But on the exact same street, a billion-dollar Wall Street hedge fund is buying up 40% of the homes with straight cash. Here is why the American housing market is rigged against you.
Who actually owns America's homes? Let's start with the number that should make your blood boil. In 2011, institutional investors, think BlackRock, Invitation Homes, big hedge funds, owned almost 0 single-family homes in America. By 2023, they owned over 300,000 single-family rental homes, and that number keeps climbing. Now here's the thing, 300,000 sounds like a drop in the bucket, right? America's got like 80 million single-family homes, but these investors aren't spread out evenly. They're concentrated. In cities like Atlanta, Charlotte, Phoenix, Jacksonville, and some zip codes, institutional investors own 25 to 40% of all homes for sale. That means in your neighborhood, 1 in 4 houses isn't available to you. It's already been bought, in cash, sight unseen, sometimes over asking price, by a company that will never live there. They'll just rent it back to you. Think about that. You're competing against a company with billions of dollars in a bidding war for a 3-bedroom house in suburban Georgia. You were never going to win that fight.
The zoning trap. Okay, but wait, why don't we just build more houses? Simple supply and demand, right? That's what they want you to think. Here's the dirty secret of American housing. Zoning laws are specifically designed to keep housing scarce. In most American cities, 75% of residential land is zoned exclusively for single-family homes. You cannot build an apartment building. You cannot build a duplex. You cannot build anything that would actually help regular people afford to live there. Who fights to keep these zoning laws in place? Homeowners. Specifically, homeowners who already bought in the 60s and 70s when houses were cheap. They go to city council meetings, they vote, they lobby, and they fight hard against any new development. Why? Because every new house built nearby might lower their property value. Their house is their retirement fund, so they protect it at the cost of locking everyone else out. This is called NIMBYism, not in my backyard, and it is absolutely one of the reasons you can't afford to buy a home right now. California is the perfect case study. San Francisco has some of the strictest zoning laws in the country. A single apartment building can take 10 years and millions of dollars in legal fees just to get approved. So builders don't bother. Supply stays low, prices go through the roof. Literally.
The tax code is rigged for landlords. Now let's talk about money, because the tax code in this country is a masterclass in how to help rich people get richer while working people get nothing. If you own a home and sell it, you pay capital gains tax on the profit. Fair enough. But if you're a real estate investor, there's something called a 1031 exchange, which basically lets you sell a property, roll all that profit into a new property, and pay 0 taxes. You can do this indefinitely for your entire life. And when you die, your heirs inherit the property at its current value, meaning all those gains never taxed, ever. Then there's depreciation. The IRS lets landlords deduct the wear and tear on their properties every year, even when the property is going up in value. So a landlord making hundreds of thousands of dollars in rental income can legally report a loss on their taxes. You, working a regular job, pay your taxes every 2 weeks. No exceptions, no loopholes. They, sitting on a portfolio of rental homes, pay little to nothing, sometimes for decades. This isn't an accident. These laws were written by people who own real estate for people who own real estate. The average American renter had exactly 0 lobbyists in the room when these rules were made. The Fed's role? Interest rates as a weapon. Here's where it gets really wild. Remember 2020 and 2021? The Fed dropped interest rates to basically 0. Mortgage rates hit 2.53%, lowest in history. Who benefited? Rich people and corporations who could borrow massive amounts of money almost for free, and they went on a buying spree. They bought houses, commercial properties, entire apartment complexes. Then in 2022, inflation spiked, partly because of all that cheap money flooding the system, and the Fed hiked rates aggressively. Mortgage rates shot up to 7–8%. Now the average American trying to buy their first home is looking at monthly payments that are double what they would have been just 2 years ago. But here's the twist. Those institutional investors, they bought in cash. They don't have mortgages. Rising rates don't hurt them. In fact, rising rates help them because now even fewer people can afford to buy, so more people are forced to rent. High rates equals more renters, equals more demand, equals they can charge more rent. It's a perfect trap, and the Federal Reserve, whether intentionally or not, helped set it.
What can actually be done? All right, I'm not here to just make you angry and send you home. Let's talk about what's actually being proposed and what would actually work. Number 1, end corporate single-family home buying. Several bills have been introduced in Congress, including the Stop Wall Street Landlords Act that would ban institutional investors from buying single-family homes. It hasn't passed. Shocking, I know. Number 2, reform zoning laws. Some states are actually doing this. Minnesota, Montana, and California have all passed laws requiring cities to allow duplexes and small apartment buildings in residential zones. It's a start. We need way more of it. Number 3, close the 1031 exchange loophole. Cap it, limit it, means test it, something. Regular homeowners don't get to defer taxes forever. Neither should billion-dollar real estate funds. Number 4, invest in public housing. I know that phrase has baggage in America, but look at countries like Austria and Singapore. Vienna has some of the most affordable, beautiful public housing in the world. It works when it's done right. Here's the hard truth, though. None of this happens without political will. And political will doesn't come from TikTok rants. It comes from voting, organizing, and showing up at local city council meetings where these zoning decisions are actually made. The housing market isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed, just not for you. The game is rigged, but rigged games can be changed. They've been changed before. If this video made you angry, good. Use that. Share it. Talk about it. Because the people benefiting from this system are counting on you staying confused and frustrated and doing nothing. Don't give them that. I'm Whiffant. Subscribe if you want more of this. Drop a comment. Tell me, are you a renter, a homeowner, or are you still trying to get in? I read all of them. See you in the next one.